Hey, Tana.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm
What are
good.
you
I'm
drinking,
good.
Mike? I'm having that
Me.
dinner.
Today I'm water lah.
Hmm.
Even though just on water today, no coffee because I had my espresso shot this morning after a long time.
Espresso
Yeah.
shot. My God, I haven't
Yes.
had espresso in a very long time. I think must be. I can't recall when the last time I had one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm lucky enough to have one lah this morning.
The problem is most places don't make good coffee nowadays, and I think that
Yes. Exactly.
I
Yeah.
find that even if you go to Starbucks or even the all the
Yeah.
temperature, I mean that the temperature when the temperature goes wrong,
Correct.
it just becomes bitter and the
Yes.
experience is gone. Like,
Yes.
that's one good thing about Australia. Every corner you go to in Australia, you get
Yes.
good coffee. It's like anywhere
Yes.
you go to Australia, coffee is good.
Actually, it reminds me, I think it's only really three countries in the world that makes proper coffee. Italy,
Mm.
for sure,
Mm.
Switzerland,
Mm.
and Australia, actually.
Yeah,
That makes proper coffee.
yeah.
In
I mean,
fact, I believe, yeah.
correct. I mean, like anywhere you go to, like when I was working in Sydney, any corner you go to, there's always a yogurt shop or it's a coffee shop you can get to,
Yes,
and it's just a thing, like you go for coffee runs,
yes. And the thing is, they are good coffee, properly brewed. Yeah.
like like how I'll tell this, I was like I grew up in Ipoh, so for me coffee was always about white coffee lah, white coffee, and there's a milk to it, and I had coffee since I was very young, but
Yep.
only when I was older I had good coffee. I understood that you can have black coffee and it won't be bitter,
Yep.
because like we grew up, like I grew up at least, black coffee means bitter coffee, but coffee
Yep.
made well without sugar, it'll be creamy, it'll be very nice, so I miss that lah. I miss good coffee lah. I
Yes.
miss
Yes.
Australia.
Actually, there's only one of these coffee shops where I love my drinks is
Mm.
this particular place It's
Mm.
called Coffee Kafia or something like that. Yeah,
Mm, mm, mm.
and they are the only place that can make proper latte. I already found this one place.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah,
So guys, thanks for joining
yeah.
us. We got Anthony Montana joining us. Hi Tana, hi Mike. Hi Anthony Montana, how are you? Hope you're having an
Yes.
excellent weekend.
Yep.
I've had a good weekend. What did you do this morning, by the way, Mike?
It was a lazy morning lah. I just went and catch up with my in-laws. As I
Mm.
said, and had coffee there. Yeah.
Mm. I, I,
You know.
I, I went cycling after a very long time, so it
Yeah,
was
I saw your FB posting. Yeah. Mm.
it was good. 40
Yes.
kilometer around Broga, fantastic.
Correct. Yeah.
We got Kanesan Ramasamy. Kanesan,
I
I must give Kanesan a special thank you and mention.
yes.
Every
Yes.
single show, he's the first
Yep.
to join in. I want to give him a special award. Kanesan, you're a staunch follower. I really appreciate you guys being there. Same goes for Derek. Hey, Derek, how are you?
Yes.
You saw him for a drive yesterday. Oh, nice, man.
Yes.
And you
And
got
Balvin as well.
Baldwin as well. Exactly.
Yeah, Balvin, your suspension is being made in Germany now. Yeah.
What is he getting, ST?
He's getting the STX. Yeah, STX. Yeah.
Mm, mm,
Mm.
mm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and we've got Kang Wee Ming here. Hello, good
Yep.
afternoon, Tana and Mike.
Hi. Good afternoon, Wimeng.
And we got a question from
Ours.
our JDM expert here,
Yep.
Paulus. Hi, Mike. Can you remember Swift Spot and Mark X? Actually, that's a good question. Should we just jump into that question, if you may?
Yeah, sure. I think for the Mark X we can do it. Yeah, for the
Mm.
Swiss spot, I think we have to take out the ECU to do it. Yeah. I think we can manage that,
Mm.
with the Swiss spot, But I
Mm.
think with the gains on the Swiss spot, looking at the engine size, maybe you are just optimizing, the way the car revs and all that. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, for the Mark X, definitely, I think with the stage 2, we
Mm.
might as well just dive straight into it, depending whether what engine is in your car. If
Mm.
you're talking about a 3-liter engine, I think you're going to get some nice gains there. The car
And,
will be.
and I think I don't know, Mike. I know you
Yeah.
always talk about swing stage 2, and you said, if it's NA, it's not so noticeable. Would you want me to think about it first because the dollar value and what the gains are? But I just find that even on NA, because I've driven the E60 that you tune,
Yep.
and I must say that it revs happier.
Yeah, very much.
I think the fact it revs happier.
Yep.
Although that total horsepower output maybe 8% or 10% gain, whatever.
Yes,
But
correct.
the fact that it revs happier, I will still
Yep.
go for the stage 2 tune because it just revs happier and it's a fun car to drive,
Yes, yes.
Um, you know,
And
I
I think we forget sometimes, it might be just a 25 horsepower gain, with a stage two, you say, with a stage two NA, yeah. But then, if you compare to your stock engine, the way it responds to your throttle inputs, that is
yes,
very important.
yeah.
The car
Not
is so
everything.
much livelier.
Yeah, not everything is about percentage gain.
Yes.
There's a lot more to it,
Yep. Yep.
We got
Yeah.
Zafri Zahid here. Hi again, Thana and Mike. Thank you, Zafri Zahid, for joining us.
Yes.
We got
Zafri
Kay.
also a staunch follower of us now. Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
we tune his Mercedes which I've
Oh, I
spoken
see.
to about, and with his B180. I think for Zafri, yeah. There he's commenting that stage 2 NA tune. Where's that?
Yeah,
That went somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for the win, So I guess he was surprised, the change it made to his car, Safri. Safri Said's car. Yeah.
Especially if you own the car for some time,
Yes.
it almost feels like another car. Almost like you pay a little bit of money and you get a whole different car altogether, like very much of a bonus,
Yes,
So,
yes. Yeah, that's very true, because I get a lot of customers say, now I don't think I want to change car already.
Actually, you're right. In fact, even in my A6, one of the issues that I had my A6 before was the fact that the hybrid motor was very powerful. The
Yes.
combustion engine wasn't powerful enough. So there
Yep.
was always a gap between when you drive and it changes, it takes over. There's always a gap. And I'm very particular about the weight engine, the weight transfer is. I get
Yep.
sick very easily,
Yeah,
and
the
it
car
always
goes rocking, right?
yeah, it always annoyed me. So I spent my money on shocks and all this stuff, but the
Yep.
power was something that annoyed me. So for me, that they should tune more than anything. It made it more smoother,
Yep.
smoother in the gear shifts, which I enjoyed. I don't always go fast, but the shift itself was much better.
Yeah, Thana doesn't always go fast.
Doesn't always go. I don't always go fast. But I always, but that also means that I don't always go slow, it's how you interpret the question
Correct.
and the answer.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think let's get on to another question here. Paulus was on his Mark X. It's a 2.5 liter. Okay, this engine is actually very similar to the IS250, which we have done before. And the IS250, I think we are looking at about 20-25 horsepower gains as well. And the response of the car becomes a whole lot better. The only difference is you need to do sports cat, on your engine, Paulus, because this particular vehicle has left and right bank, the V6. Yeah. All right. Yeah. See what other questions more we have here. Yeah. Thank you for joining us, Daryl. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was with Daryl this morning cycling. So
Oh, all right.
That's what Daryl said. He came live after the ride. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad, Daryl. I thought it was going to be worse, but I think I managed. It wasn't that bad. It
Yeah.
was
You look
quite.
fresh.
I look fresh.
Yeah, you look fresh. Everybody needs that exercise. I'm going to go for the run after the live.
But I must say, over the last couple of a month or so, I had issues sleeping because I do like all this night sessions. I go live and stuff.
I know.
So that sleep is difficult because I'm seeing the screen at night.
Yes.
It's like 11 o'clock and 10 o'clock.
Yes.
And I had trouble sleeping. So now what I do is I go for like 15 minutes, really burst cycle ride. I come back tired, I shower and sleep and have a good night's sleep. So workout exercise actually helps.
Yes.
And you know where I live, right? It's a big steep hill.
Yes.
So can you imagine the hill?
Give yourself a good workout. I know, like, because last year when we were doing live as well, I was doing live as well. After we finish at about 11, cannot go to bed. Yeah. Okay, Max Low here is saying, wow, upgraded suspension, preparing for TT. That's a good thing. How many of y'all went for a drive this weekend? Either TT or Uluyam International Circuit.
I think quite a number went there, but they all
Yep.
posted in different way. Someone posted like, "Hey, how
Yep.
come? I see you here also." Or someone posted like, "Oh, happened to bump up to you in the shell session." So, so yeah, a lot of coincidence happening this weekend.
Yes. So you guys that have gone for a drive, this weekend, just say, just post a message by saying wonderful. Yeah.
Baldwin says what I call expression for is for different
He said, not me,
toy.
just went to
Oh,
pump petrol. You sure? Yeah, I saw 206, with WRC livery somewhere in KKP, I think, this weekend. Following.
hi. Okay, we got a question from not me. Got a question about tinting, Anthony. So I think Mike will also do tinting.
Yeah.
And yeah. So this is about tinting and regarding about the brands, the Luma, Expel, 3M. So all these are different brands, and I think he's made a good point there.
Yep.
It's like the experience is what actually matters. The sales experience, how they install,
Correct.
the performance,
Yes.
and the after sales. Because more often
Yep.
than not, you don't have a team there. What happens, like if in a year or so, you got a chip on your windscreen, you got to replace. If let's say, I mean the warranty, how's the process? That's very key. What's your thought
Yep.
on this, Mike?
Yeah, I think most of the good teens are okay lah, out there. And I think one of my Golf GTI still is on the what's the name of that tin already? My memory is going bad lah.
Because
Wiku, sorry. Yeah. I think even after quite a few years, it still holds up well lah. I think that's where you pay for the quality of the tin.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
I think the way you look at it is you can get a mid-tier one and
Yep.
tukar every 2 years if you want to, or get a
Yes.
quality one is for 5 years.
Yes.
And also depends on where you park, whether indoor,
Correct.
outdoor. So
Yes.
even if you get a very good tin and you're going to park outside every single day, it's not going to
Yep.
hold very long, So,
Yeah.
I mean, think about what is your level of affordability, what you can afford, where you park,
Yep.
and some people prefer to buy the cheapest possible and do every 6 months or 8 months. Totally up to
Yes.
you,
Correct.
It's a very personal preference like that. And some people say like, you know what, the sight I don't bother. Mine is totally blacked out. That's fine. Again, your option. But where
Yep.
I put my money is on the front windscreen. That's where I put my money on, because the front windscreen, if you have a poor quality
Yes.
windscreen,
Yep.
it will hurt your dash. Well, I mean, that's a material loss. Number
Mm.
two is when you're driving at night, the glare, the way it comes to is different. And
Yep.
also, I think the front windscreen, if something goes wrong and you want to remove and stuff, even the front and rear, that could lead to a lot of other damages. Like the rear one, it may damage your defroster. The front
Yep.
one, if they put a lot of water goes in the dashboard, depending how they do all that stuff, that's messy, So the front and rear, spend money. The side ones, you want to chip out a bit here and there, okay, you can play around, But the front, especially, pay good money on it, It's very important.
Yes. And also, because now all of us are running tax and stuff like that, your security tax and all that, so you got to keep that in mind as well. Because some
All
of
the
the
options.
teens,
Correct,
some of
because
the teens
because
you can't
I
get
found out
past.
that the tints have got metal flakes in the tint.
Yes.
So the metal flakes will distort the RFID signal. So you got two
Yes.
options. One is get good tint and you can stick on there, or the cheaper way is get cheap tint, but you cut a hole in the tint and you stick the thing there. They'll also work, So
Correct.
again, it's totally up to you what you do it. I'm not here to question how you spend money, but yeah, these are options you all know. Tiban asked a question: do you do protons? Any protons that you do 224?
No, lah. Unfortunately,
No.
we are unable to get into the Proton ECUs, lah. The
Mm,
tools that I
mm,
have available, lah. Yeah.
mm, mm.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
think, as they go to like the X70, I think becomes more longer on the market. I think tunes
Yep,
for that will be available in the future because it's just the fact it's still new in the market,
yep,
and I think you could. I mean, lot of guys out there who are tuners. Other companies, they just go and any new car comes in, they put in, they will amp it up and they'll give you a so-called tune, but it may not be as reliable. So like with DNN tuning, is I think what I noticed is that the guys in UK only give
yep,
out very solid, proven tunes from their factory. If it works,
yep,
then they will
yep.
ready to launch out. So it's not money always. It's about we know
Yes.
it's a product that we can stand by and it works. Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Question about Mercedes. Is the
Yeah.
215
Good question.
C200 a decent car? Good
It
question.
is. It is. And straight out from the box from the factory, the Germans have pulled back a lot from the engine, of the
Yeah.
C200. Just at the 520s, as
Right.
well.
And
Yeah.
it's funny. It's like that people talk about BMW or performance and it's
Mm.
all that stuff. But I think Mercedes also has a lot of performance, but they
Yep.
don't sell that car as a performance car.
Correct. Yes.
It's very funny how they do it. It's almost that they don't want to outside the whole world of the IAMG.
Mm.
They don't want to go and say, "Oh, you know what? This is a performance car. This is what we can do, engine wise, performance wise." No one talks about the viscous how we can pull.
Yep.
No one talks about it, but yeah, it's all
Yeah. I
powerful cars.
I think we got a picture of the downpipe, for the C200 actually.
One
Thana.
second, I think. One
Yeah.
second. Is
Uh,
it this one?
no.
What solutions?
That one
Which one?
which has, I think that's the one. Yes.
This one, huh?
No. That Go back. Go back.
Okay, 1 second.
Not this
Yeah.
one. Not this one. This one is the N20. One more. No, the next
Intercooler.
one.
This one.
Yeah, I think this is the one.
Mm-mm.
This belongs to the Mercedes. Yeah. So there's a catalyst system lah. For the Mercedes downpipe. Yeah. Yeah, for the C200. Yeah. For the C200, you are looking at, if not mistaken, you get 120 Newton meters gain. Which is a lot, 420 Newton meters. Yeah, on the just going stage one. Yeah. With the C200 from 300 to 420 Newton meters, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, let me just
And
bring up
also,
the.
and also the horsepower, I think it goes up to 235 or 240. Yeah, with
Wow.
RON 97 tune. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is the C200 with the 184 stock,
Yes.
isn't it?
Because 215 also is a 7-speed gearbox. Yeah, with the C200.
So the
And
W205, is that right?
correct. Yeah, 230 horses. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
That's actually a big gain, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big gain.
And this is stage one.
Stage one, and especially if you look at the torque gains, it's crazy. 120 Newton meters there.
Wow.
There you go.
40%. My God. 40% gain.
Yes, and the car wakes up nicely. Gives you very good throttle response, and also the gear shifts are a lot better. Definitely a lot better, the gear shifts.
That's mad, huh? I mean, how they downplay the power on a Mercedes, but actual
Correct.
fact, you know what?
Yes, and the car becomes a lot more fun. That's what if that's what you are looking out for. I give you a smile.
My God,
Yeah.
the torque differences are way
Yeah,
really high.
Yeah, and definitely you'll have fun with it, Mark. Yeah, come and visit us. Yeah, we can enlighten you more. Yeah, and one more thing we can do if you go stage 2. Yeah, we can put in a drop-in filter as well. Yeah,
I had a question the other day from a friend.
better.
So I think and he's going to get his Audi TT Mark III with us to be tuned sometime this month.
All
and
right.
The question was like, must I do a airbox system solution, a cola intake airbox system,
Yep.
And I think, I mean, my take on the matter is that, I mean, the drop-in filters, like high-pass filters, actually do a very good job as is.
Yep.
The money you pay for like the cola intake, airbox, and what you gain, it's like if you're going to be
Yes.
careful about it, it's not that much of a gain. Like, now, obviously, if you go track all that, you're running
Yep.
really, really hot, it makes a difference, like, But for most
Mm.
cases, I think it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to spend.
Yeah, and mainly the gains with that.
Mm.
Sometimes I've seen systems make you lose low end torque, which
Really,
has
yeah,
happened before. Yes,
because a
yes,
lot of air coming in, no pressure.
yes, and the way it was designed is not so good.
Mm.
So you lose the high speed pressure of the air coming through. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
if the air is coming through freely at all speeds, then you got to.
mm,
I mean, it's not matched like the car, and
yes,
there's a bit of engineering that's gone into the making the airbox for a car. That's the
correct.
reality of
Yes,
reality of it.
yes,
Unless it's a proton, the old
yep,
protons, but all these modern cars, a lot
yes.
of engineering has gone through making the airbox. It's
Yes,
not as
and
simple.
also I'm not one of a fan of the open airport systems lah, because you're
Mm,
sucking in hot air from the engine bay.
mm.
Mm.
No matter how much you put they say they put the shielding and all this
Yes.
stuff. You know
Yep.
what? The shieldings are always metal. They still
Yep.
conduct heat.
Yep.
There's a reason why it's plastic and carbon fiber. Like, there's a reason why it helps. It's an insulator of heat.
Yes.
Um,
Correct. Yeah, lor. It actually
exactly.
absorbs heat lah.
Mm, 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 mm,
Mm.
mm. Correct,
Yeah.
correct, correct.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I think, and again, come back to Zafri. Had the same question. Actually,
Yeah.
I want your
Oh, we are
opinions on
just
high
talking
performance
about
air
this.
filters. Yeah, I just didn't see this thing.
Yeah. Let me see. There are different views. No significant horsepower gain, even loss of horsepower.
True.
As we were saying just now lah. We have seen people lose power.
Correct, correct.
After putting in
Yeah.
the open air
Mm,
intake
mm.
system.
I'm I'm
And
I'm I'm not a fan lah. I mean, I like the fact that the drop-in filters, the
mm,
amount of sound it comes from that the zoom the sucking
yes,
sound is
yes,
just enough, just nice. I think
yes,
anything more for me will be a bit annoying. Like, maybe I'm a bit old, but I like the sound for the drop-in filters. It's enough for me. But
yes.
again, everybody has their own opinion, I guess.
Yeah lah. Even on my own golf, I don't quite like the sound, but I got no choice lah. with the system I have in the car, I have no
Mm,
choice.
mm,
But I think this is a very good question lah. I think for the money,
mm.
I will actually put in an intercooler rather than
Actually, yeah, you're right.
yes,
Because
yes,
some of them, if you go like carbon fiber and all that stuff, you're
correct.
talking about
It costs a lot of
6K,
money.
6K,
Yes,
right? 6K for a
yes.
Golf
I mean,
GTI, in
if you
fact.
look about the old M3, the
Mm,
E90s, and the E46,
mm.
yeah, if you go and get that Japanese carbon filter, it costs 12 to 16K.
Ooh.
12 to 16K. Yeah,
I was thinking about
seriously.
it, Mike. Should I get
Yes.
into 3D printing business for airboxes? 3D
You want
print
to start
them.
together or not?
Yeah, we can easily do 3D print
Yes,
the airbox, and then we
yes,
go for carbon fiber wrap. So basically, it's the inner part is that,
yes,
and then you have the carbon fiber, so it's like strengthened, and you can
yes.
custom make all that stuff.
Correct,
And I don't
correct.
know, don't
And
think
you
it'll
still can
charge
keep the heat
12K
up
lah.
with the carbon fiber.
Correct, correct,
Yes,
exactly.
yes. You get the
It's
best of
crazy
both
money.
worlds.
It's crazy money, I tell you.
Yes, yes. I mean, even some of the decent Taiwanese ones, you're looking at about 4K. Yeah.
So I'm saying,
Mm,
even basic one process K, it's mad, it's
yes,
mad.
yes. And after two
But
or 3 years, the
mm, mm.
the airbox doesn't look so good. But the
the, la- the
Japanese
lam-
ones,
mm,
they are
mm.
really good.
it'll
They're
start
really
to, I
good.
guess, delaminate, because the heat,
Yes, yes.
But it looks good, I guess. You
Yeah.
open the car, you open the hood, looks good.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, we get to the next question here. Yeah, by Jason.
mm.
Yeah. Go for stage 2, compulsory to change full exhaust system. Can avoid full exhaust system because don't like noisy sound. Okay, in fact, I got a lot of my customers, I would say 50% of my customers, when they go stage
Yep.
2, yeah, they still use back the standard exhaust system. All
Yep.
they do is they just change the downpipes, actually. 50% of the customers are.
So,
And then
so
the
Jason,
rest of the balance, they
correct.
do the whole
Like
full exhaust system.
Jason, to answer you that, like myself, I like quiet cars lah. So my Asus hybrid initially when I did my stage 2, I did standard exhaust system, and only the decant happened. So my car was very quiet, and it was stage 2 tune, stage 2 and all that stuff. The only difference in sound it made on stage 2 with the standard exhaust was when you accelerate, you can hear a bit of the sucking sound from the air filter, and also I find that it was a better response because I had removed the decat, so that it's a bit of
The catalytic converter removed.
yeah. So the air you can hear the air sound, but other than that, the car was totally stock. That lasted for 6 months. After that, I went for a full exhaust system. The reason I went because why I always feel like my car is powerful, and it's very fast. I can show on paper, but I had no sound to back up the power. And then
you want the excitement of that exhaust, huh?
Totally up to you. But I had done it before, Jason, and definitely you can be a sleeper car. You can do stage 2 tune, stage 2, and no else work except for the decat and the air filter, which you only hear inside the car when you accelerate. Bit of a sound, but it's like very, very, very minor, very minor sound. The air.
I got one request lah. Can you go pull up that video of yours where you did the exhaust system? And remember how naughty you were.
I gotta find it.
You go and find it. Watch out for it, guys. Thana will show it. We'll share it shortly. Let Thana go and find that. Let me go and look for the next question. Yeah. Derek was saying yesterday's drive was so chill and relaxing. Yeah. I wish I could join you guys yesterday, Derek. But unfortunately, I didn't. I had work yesterday, so can't join you guys. Yeah. And then Mark Low is also saying went to buy breakfast, then saw some familiar faces. Yeah, good. You guys are all going out, but stay safe, guys. Okay. Let's see what other questions we have here. Okay, sorry guys. Just let me run through here. Okay, let's show this. Okay, Derek, the question is for Volkswagen Vento 1.2. Do owners upgrade stage 1 or stage 2, or they just maintain stage 1? My car has one more year of warranty with Volkswagen, until year 2022. Okay. Actually, I got my fair share, with the Vento customers and Polo customers and Beetle customers, which all share the same engine, the 1.2 engine. So I have a fair share of people doing stage 1 and stage 2, and stage 1 and stage 2, definitely there is quite a big difference, in terms of response, of how the engine actually reacts to your throttle inputs, And the 1.2 actually is fantastic, with the stage 2 in town, with a full exhaust system. The car, the mid-range is quite crazy for 1.2 engine. You will have fun, Derek. All right. Oh, there Balvin is telling YOLO stage 2 terus, asking you to do stage 2, Derek. Balvin. Yeah. I think Thana is ready to show his video. his hybrid, yeah.
One second, let me just find.
Let's see if we can get the sound. Sometimes, sometimes we share this, we don't get the sound out.
My wife is driving this car now.
Oh, okay.
That's her driving the car and me taking the video.
Garang, man, this car. This car has lost the what, right?
The color.
The wrap. Yeah.
The wrap and the color. So if you saw, earlier, I mean, I'll just reward for you. Just hear the sound. So at this point, I think you can hear the sound of the exhaust, the downcat.
Yeah.
So that is that
Yes. The
the air
hose
sucking
pulling.
in, the hose
Yes.
plugging, the sucking, and then obviously there's the crackle that comes out, So
Yes.
and when I did this car, it was on a that remote system,
Electronic.
electronic, exactly, So you
Yes.
could press a button and then it becomes loud. Press a button and then this one, In fact, for the funny story was, my I had installed the system and I was thinking like, how long can I install this system in my car? My wife doesn't find out. So this was it, So I was trying to figure out how long, after the car did, and then my wife saying, how come the car not a bit different? Because I was like off the exhaust, she didn't pick up. I said, I don't know, I went to tune with Mike, maybe a bit more. So I was driving very carefully. I RPM, I kept RPM low with my wife, she didn't know at all. For 2 months, my wife, they have no idea, no clue whatsoever.
Yeah.
Then one day went for an A6 gathering. And
Yeah.
then the guy said, hey, Thana, give us a sound line, no? Wife look at me. What did you do to the car? Only then she knew. So they were all taking my car out for a test drive, And
Yeah.
then they drove. My wife like, oh my God, for 2 months I did this. I didn't know it was there because there was a key. There's a key chain with the alarm, the button. So she
Yep.
never knew it was there. So yeah, I think to answer your question, you could do it with a remote system and no one will find out your car has got an exhaust done up and very quiet, So yeah, so if you're concerned about sound, go for what I did because I'm a family guy. My kids are there, But the funny story was, whenever my wife took my car, she will on the exhaust and she will drive the exhaust on.
I
So,
all
so,
our
I-
ladies love
so, so,
love our
so,
cars.
so she find it's a very good way of distancing. I know. I think that to have it on all the time is difficult, but once when you're stressed out, to on it and rev the car, she loves to do it, with the sunroof open, hear the exhaust note, it was fun.
Yes. That's why the combustion engines, the days are
Yeah.
numbered. Yeah.
Mm,
That's why you see, all the cars from the 90s onwards,
mm,
their prices are all going through the roof at the moment, the performance cars. Yeah. So, guys, if you want to pick up a performance car, you got to pick it up now already. Yeah. I think 10 years down the road, these cars the price will double, easily. Yep. Okay, let's go to the next question. Yeah.
mm.
I think we just. Okay, do you tune Hondas? L15A IV Tech. Yeah. This one I think I already have the protocol for it. Come and see us. We have had some successes with it's not CRX. What's that model already? CRZs. We have done
CRZs.
CRZs. Yes, yes.
Mm.
And some other Hondas as well. Come by and see us. I think the gains are not very much again. But again, it's about the response. Yeah. All right.
I got a question from I think about the Volvo. Jason, about S90 T8. I'm just checking on the site here.
Yep.
So S90 no, but the S60 engine T6 we have a tune for this, and I guess probably because it's a hybrid,
Yep.
it probably has got to go through what I did. So for my car, they have to remove the ECU and
Yep.
pin out, do the reading. If you do it once, then everybody else do it. So see, before my car, there was a tune. No one in the world had a Asus hybrid tune was done. But
Yep.
once Mike did, Mike was the one of the first in the world to do tune on an Asus hybrid. And once it was done, what happens is what I call it goes to the cloud to share. The protocols are shared. So then all the tuners will share. Okay, I have the base tune. So one was done. Everybody else started tuning the Asus hybrid because of Mike, So right now the tune for the S90 T8 is not there because no one has done it. But if you have one, And if you're willing to take the journey, then we can remove the ECU out, pin
Yep.
out, read the ECU, send to UK. You go through the process, but it's definitely possible because we can do for the T6. On the T6, however, the gains, I'll just show you here. The gains are more in terms of torque. I think the
Yep.
horsepower is there, but the torque
Yep.
is actually pretty significant. I think
Yeah.
that coupled with your electric e-motor, you will see significant change.
Mm.
Do it,
And
Joseph.
yeah, of course, Joseph also a user of DNA
Correct.
tuning before. Yeah. Thanks,
Right.
Joseph.
It's
Good question.
funny because right now when I look for cars, I always look for the car and then I see on DNA tuning what the power can be, and then I make a decision we want to buy the car or not based on how much I can tune the car for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Baldwin Chan, that would be epic, since it has a 7-speed DSG. Derek is saying. Yes, Derek, we usually tune with the DSG as well. Yeah. So, yeah, will be nice because we can unleash some more torque and power. Yeah. When we do a DSG tune. All right. Let's see what other questions we have here. Okay.
W205. We spoke earlier about the 205. Another question here.
Yeah.
Max.
Max is saying damn takut to visit me. Why? Racun a lot and will enlighten your wallet. But this is one thing, happiness and having fun with the car is priceless.
I
Because
also
you're
feel that
spending so much time with your car,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, Mike, it's more of just getting the most of your car because
Yes.
the reality is all of us here are not billionaires. I know we're not the person we can just go out and buy the latest and greatest. So tuning provides you a way for us to have more than what we have. Maximizing what you have as a value. So for me, from a financial point of view, I always feel that if something that can give me more value, you know what, I'm all for this.
Yes. I mean, for instance, if you buy a C200, but then after a tune, your torque is even more than a C250.
Exactly. So on the question, we got a question on the C200. I'm not sure which engine though on this one, but assume it was the C200.
Yeah, it's a similar one. Only thing this one is with the 9G G-tronic gearbox. Yeah,
So
facelift model.
So Jess saying the gains are quite significant. This is stage 1, by the way. Stage 2 will be a bit more extra on this. So only on stage 1 alone, you're looking at 20% extra on horsepower, and torque is 40%, and the curves are just ridiculous. So I mean, bring it on over, and then we'll see what we can do. And again, I think each car is different, isn't it? Because it's like depending on the wear and tear of the car, condition, all that. There's always a plus and minus. It's not always the same.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. Brian says he always used drop-in filters for his air filter solutions.
Yep.
Yeah, I like
drop-in. Yeah, it's good
because
to have.
I think that the fact that it fits in snugly, it's just there. I just feel more secure,
Yeah, and also, you like it or not, that it could only release maybe 2 or 3 horsepower, but that's good enough. Yeah.
Uvendran Syndrome asks, will there be a loss of power if you don't change the exhaust? That's a good question.
There wouldn't be any loss of power, we would put it that way, But if you do a proper exhaust system, a good proper exhaust system, there is a way for you to gain more power. For a very balanced system.
I think it's more of this because more often than not, once you do take out the cat, you've removed some sort of restriction on the car itself.
Yes.
Yeah. So the car is flowing enough. You may not gain more power with the full exhaust, but you probably get there faster. If you know what I mean. Because when you go over that a dyno, you'll get to the power. It'll definitely be there. But I guess how fast it revs, how fast you get there, the responsiveness, that's where the difference is. The responsiveness comes from having a full exhaust done up, and some people like it, some people don't. and the gains might be small. So it's more of, I think it's more of sound, like what I say, sound or power. I think it's more the sound and the experience, the exhilaration you get, versus the actual power. I mean, if someone who was deaf and the game both cars and he couldn't feel the car's vibration, he said about the same one,
Yeah. Also, how the exhaust is designed as well, and it's about how the exhaust gases, is being evacuated. I think
You'll
that's
see
also
when
very important.
you rev. I think that it just revs
Yes.
faster lah. It's
Yes.
faster revving when you have a full exhaust
Yeah,
gun.
but more responsive, definitely. And also it depends what type of exhaust system you put on, the sound as well. Yeah. Whether you want to go deeper bass, or you want it all depends what exhaust system you put on.
So Max Low asked a question. Someone did dyno on Porsche IPD Planums with GT3 throttle body, very marginal gains in ponies. Surprising. I know that on the Boxster, like I know there's a popular mod like on my 986 is not the S. People take the S Planum covers and they put it, and there is no gain. Apparently, what happens is they need to be tuned. Because if you don't tune the car and just put the throttle body on it, it doesn't work. Because it's like trying to say, I put a better air filter, but you're not maximizing it. You're not actually getting anything out of it.
Yeah, because what happens is that with the stock ECU, right? There's a lot of restriction that has been put on. Yeah, so the limiters, so when we know you got such throttle body in the car, we can lift up the limitation, and from there, then you can take advantage of the plenums and the throttle body. Yeah, and we have actually tuned a lot of Porsches, NA Porsches as well. Yeah, and each and every one that we have done, the customers has been satisfied, and with Porsches, especially the flat six engine, we would recommend that we at least put on the sports cat on the car, because if you don't put on sports cat on the Porsches, the flat six, the resonance, and the drone from the exhaust system is will kill you.
Because you must understand that if it's it's a question here on the Boxster, Joseph Chan here, but like imagine on the Boxster and imagine 911, how much distance is there from the engine to the exhaust? There's nothing much, it's pretty much there. They're trying to go around to get more distance. So so if you do a straight pipe, it's going to be really, really loud,
Joseph. Yeah, Joseph's question, which is already a customer of ours and a good friend now. Joseph, can make my Boxster go faster? Definitely can. Only thing we need to get the exhaust system for your car, Joseph. Yes, so can unleash a couple more horses. Yeah.
This is a customer here. Mugilan says, loving how my Vento drives after tissue tune by Mike and DNA tuning team. The TCU tuning makes a world of difference. Yes, I think people forget about the TCU tunes.
Yes. Glad that you like your car, Mugilan. Ian and I were working on your car. And your car is very nicely done. Love the mods that you have done on your Vento, man. Very nice.
I guess the TCU tune basically means that transmission tuning is done. And what's the point having all this power if it isn't coming out properly by the transmission? So when it comes out, the intervals, all that, how it smooths out the power, I guess, is very important, and that's why I think TCU tunes are very important. If your car supported ZF gearbox, DSG gearbox, get it done. It's just worth getting the TCU done while you're doing the ECU tune.
Yeah, hopefully in the next 1-2 months we can get that for the Mercedes A class as well. I need to get that sorted. Yeah. All right.
Mugilan says exactly. Spending performance gain is way to go. Then going loud without speed is nothing. True. I'm very malu lah. If I got no speed and I got sound I beat malu also lah. Must have some speed lah. Mugilan, you're right lah. What's the point? Laju tapi like, hey, the car's still here, not moving at all. What's happening?
Yes. And if I remember correctly, I think Mugilan, he was on another tune. I think before this, yeah,
Mm-mm.
not mistaken. Yeah, then
This is
he
a
came to us.
this is a different Mugilan, by the way. Earlier was Mugilan Mahadevan. This is Mugilan
Oh, all right.
Madhavan. There are two Mugilans
Sorry,
here.
sorry.
Okay, more of a basic question from Baldwin. Stage 1 and stage 2 difference.
Okay. Basically, stage one and stage two. For stage two, we even change more parameters, like when we do the tune. But in order for you to do stage two, minimum you need to do the downpipe. Make it cutlass. Yeah, and with especially in Baldwin's case, for your Mercedes with the 1.8 CGI engine, we always recommend that you do a stage two, because the gains with the stage two is just phenomenal. Yeah. One of the best lah. We have seen, comparing a stage one and a stage two, because the gap is just huge. Yeah. And you're just wasting your money doing stage one lah. With the CGI engine, we always recommend that you do stage two. Yeah, and again, if we just look at the raw numbers, it's not significant, but the drive is totally different. Yeah, you won't regret. Yep.
Back to the question on the C200 again from Jess. So what about stage 2? So I think what we showed earlier was stage 1. I
Yes.
think this was on screen here. Stage 2 will
Yep.
be about another 5%.
Yeah, I would
Performance.
say about 240, 250 horse, depending on your engine condition, and the torque, I think you'll be looking about 130, 140.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, just to give you an indication of why do I do stage 2 if the difference is so little. The difference is like, imagine if you go and dyno the car, both of them powers is about there, 1 and 2. But
Yep.
on the stage 2, that's because we have removed all the limitation, like the air intake, the exhaust, and also the way it takes in the fuel. Your ref is just so much more happier. It's so much ref happier. So although power wise is about the same, but the way it revs is just faster. It just feels more responsive. Stage 1, the best way to explain is, if your car manufacturer, let's say your W205, and if Mercedes were to make the car and a newer car with the same characteristics, same DNA, but it just felt a little more powerful in all the range, that's how it is, how I felt. This is my personal experience, by the way, and it felt like as if the car before and now, it was like the same car, except everywhere I pressed, it was a bit more powerful here, all the way. On stage 2, I felt that when I pressed after a certain time, it just the pull was a different pull altogether. You have felt the pull. So if you want a very factory stock feeling car, but more powerful, much more like a newer model of 205, a newer Mercedes, then okay with stage 1. But you want that pull, you want that rev, it pulls you, and you get the G-force and all that stuff. You know what? Stage 2, bro. Don't waste money on stage 1. Do stage 2 all the way. And if you're scared about the sound, you can do like I did, like Valvetronic for 2 months. I didn't know, Wife didn't know for 2 months, bro. I drove very carefully when I took out. I didn't rev too much. I went there quietly, and I did what I did. I took out I took out the resonator, took out the cat, and still she didn't realize, So yeah, you could get away with it.
I mean, frankly, because a lot of my customers, right, what happens is that they do a stage 1, and then a couple of months down the road, a lot of them will say, "Hey, Mike, how much that downpipe? How much to upgrade to stage 2? Because when after doing the stage 1, they have enjoyed it for maybe 1 or 2 months, then they realize, wow, why I didn't go for stage 2? Then they start looking for me again. Yeah. So
personally,
as I say,
do stage 2 lah. Do stage 2,
correct.
and don't do exhaust now. But stage 2 is just worth doing it because
Yes.
The tune pricing is not much difference. It's not a bit only difference right now. You only pay extra for the hardware because you got to go to the exhaust shop to do the downpipe, and that doesn't go to Mike. It goes to the shop is doing the exhaust, but it's worth the investment, Brian asked, where do you do remote control on the system? So I think Mike, you got few vendors,
Yep,
correct?
correct.
Mm,
So it depends on what system you want. We
mm,
will direct you to the vendor that
mm.
does it the best lah. Yeah.
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 So I'm putting Mike's number down there, so you can contact Mike, and then he can see what car you drive. Based on your car, he can set you up
Yep.
with the correct place to go to. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
I take one more
Uh,
question, then we go for a break. Yeah. Commercial
oh yeah.
break.
Oh my God, it's been 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. It's been a very active talk today.
Yes.
So Golf GTI Mark 6 are now 70K. Anything to look out for? For Home Minister to go around Sunday can make it for quick. Bro, you are brilliant, bro. Brilliant idea. It's the
Yes.
best Myvi replacement. I was thinking about getting myself, my wife and all that. Sell the Myvi, buy this, she drives it
Yes.
happy, and then I drive it, I'll be happy also.
Yep.
Brilliant idea, bro.
Okay, with the Mark 6, with the EA888 engine, first thing you got to look at is the chains, lah. The tensioner and the chain, get that looked out. In fact, that's the first thing you should do on that car, lah. And also the water pump, famous, the water pumps. And of course, when you do the chains, you get rid of the oil leak issue as well, because always the timing chain cover areas is the one there's always a leak, and also the valve cover gasket. All right. And another thing that you look at with this engine is actually the oil separator and the usual spark plugs and the ignition coils. This is the bugbear of the engine. And this being the wet clutch gearbox, so you got to, it's a very reliable gearbox, but these cars now, the early cars are already more than 10 years old, since 2010. So you got to look out for the clutch and the mechatronic, yeah. So these are the things you look out for. So you got to stand by another 10 to 20,000, just to do all this maintenance on the car, yeah. But then remember, these cars were 210,000 back then, yeah. So you're getting a bargain, it's a hot hatch, a proper hot hatch, yeah. And a hot hatch that's daily able, that's the thing with Volkswagen GTIs, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to go to a break, and then we're going to come back with more questions.
When I switched to pro mileage, in my case, I got 46-47% of savings for that car.
Pro mileage was the only one that gave me 5,000 extra value to cover, yet still cheaper, a lot less.
Turn up!
Hey guys, welcome back. That was an interesting commercial.
Yeah,
What?
that's
Yeah.
you, Thana. When you got a happy wife at home, give your wife a Porsche, right?
Yeah.
And you got a happy wife at home,
Hmm.
yeah, and a happy daughter. You come back to a happy home.
Okay.
And then you can nick the car for the weekend.
Thank you for the marital advice. So, Puvendran asked, when can we meet?
Yeah, give me a shout. We can make an
Yep.
appointment.
Puvendran,
Can sort out your
the,
car.
num- the, the number's there, contact, and then we can arrange for you. Question from Ernest Chua. This is an interesting one. Will the dealer detect my tune if under warranty?
Actually, it depends on the make and also where you send your car to. Frankly, I cannot mention which manufacturers. We still got customers that actually goes back to the manufacturers and still can get warranty claims on their cars. So that has never been an issue. But there are certain makes that it's a no-no. So best to take that private. If you want to know more, contact us directly. Yeah. All right.
So Luke Sky says, Mike, thanks for stage 2 on my W176.
Yeah, his is that's another A45, Luke. Yeah. Wow, it has been quite fast. I think 8 months or 10 months already since I retuned your car. Yeah. Luke. Yeah.
We got Terry Anthony here says, is the ATF cooler a must or nice to have?
Okay. Basically, with the intercooler, you are actually making your car run a bit cooler, with the intake temperatures, and at the same time, if you are pushing your car hard, right, you have the reassurance, that you have a bigger intercooler.
But this is the ATF. I think you're talking about ATF now.
Oh, ATF cooler.
ATF.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's very small, I know.
Yeah. Old man like us, sometimes we struggle with the small lettering. Okay, ATF cooler, it depends on the car. I think if you're going to track the car and take it for getting runs a lot, then it's recommended.
Yeah.
Because
Normal passenger cars are not designed for that continuous stress from the gearbox.
Yes. Yeah. So if you are pushing your car hard all the time, recommended to do that. Yeah. All right.
Daryl asked, Skyactiv 2.5 turbo engine with stage 2, how much power will you have?
Yes.
So this is like the Mazda, isn't it? This is the new CX-5 has it, and then the but it's not out, isn't it? So it's quite new engine.
This 2.5.
It's a new engine.
Yes, we still don't. Our tool still doesn't have the protocol to read this Mazda 2.5.
Yeah.
If
you own a 2.5 turbo Mazda engine, my recommendation is, first of all, change the brakes to a bigger brake, because the car is way too powerful. For S stock itself. The power is a bit too much for the CX-5. Change the brakes first, and then you can go into having it tuned up. As it is quite powerful. Robot King, how about throttle size enlargement? Wow.
Yeah. There's only so big you can go, and at the end of the day, it's about balance, and it's about the charge speed of the air coming through your throttle bodies. That's far more important, and actually getting the right tune for it as well. So if you're just enlarging it without a tune, you won't gain much, because from the manufacturers, there's always a limitation. All right.
Okay. We got a question from Jinshi Chong next. Do you have a TC tune for the 9G Tronic in the 205?
No, we unfortunately for the Mercedes, C-Class, E-Class, we don't have any transmission tune for these cars at the moment. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We just don't have the tools to read the protocols from the transmission.
A question from Mark Mock. I'll just bring this up. So you're talking about Volkswagen
1.5 twin charge engine,
oh,
4 twin charge.
so that's a Polo.
Either a
Dual
Polo
seven.
GTI or a Mark 6 Golf, or on some of the Beetles.
Let's bring it here. TSI Blue GTI.
60 horsepower.
Is this the one? The 6C, is it?
Yeah.
Is that right? Sorry, 1.8. No, sorry, 1.4.
1.4. It should be 160 horsepower. We should be looking at about 190, 200 horses on that. Yeah. And that's over, I think it's the 300 Newton meters, if my memory serves me right. Yeah.
Is it this one?
No, it's 160 horses. Golf
Stock, is it?
Yeah.
I'll go for the Golf lah.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Golf Mark 6.
Okay. I'll take this question first while I find the Golf.
Yep. Metronome system. Basically, the metronome system, will give you better power delivery and also, help you, give you better combustion, and also if you have a direct injection engine, will help you clean up the intake system as well.
So back to question on Mark Mock here. So we've got the Polo, the GTI, the Golf. So 160 to 200 and 240 to 300 torque. Yes. On stage 1.
Yeah. No, as I was saying.
Okay.
Yep.
Contemplating, this is a question about buying the E450 Cabrio. The Casa engine, the V6, inline 6, both twin turbo. Which is more reliable?
Okay, I've tuned loads of the V6 twin turbos. Yeah. And the gains are quite significant. I think the last one we did was actually in GLE, I think. Yeah. Customer was very, very happy with the stage 2. Yeah, and I think the V6 is more common than the inline 6. That's for sure.
Okay.
All right, we still can do the inline 6. Not a problem at all. Go for stage 2. The engine sounds good.
So, what is stage 2 plus?
Okay. Actually, most of it when we do catalyst here is stage 2 plus stage 2 plus. That's what we call a stage 2 plus, because what we are doing is we are actually deleting the cat. But in actual sense, actually stage 2 is actually with a sports cat. These are for countries that have emission controls, emission and environmental control systems in place. All right.
Derek asked a question. Stage 1 or 2 combination with autofoam effect match. I guess the autofoam is more for chassis stiffening. It helps. 1, 2 for power. More often than not, I think depending what car it is, the chassis is actually good as is. And only for, I think when you go for, if you want to track, you want more stiffer chassis, you will go really for ultra racing bars, URC, or autofoam if you want more comfort and also some stiffening. So I think it depends what you're after for the car. Some people prefer to have the car vibrate. You have that sense of feeling from the car itself. So I think it's up to you how you design your car to be like. That's my take on the matter.
Yeah, and also autofoam, basically from my experience, is you get stiffer chassis and the car will just ride that much better. And also, the feedback from the car is a lot better as well. And another thing that you can look at after you have done this, is actually look at the coilover system, from the KW masters, of suspension systems. They are fantastic. Yeah. Last week I installed on A3, and customer was really happy about that as well.
Okay.
All right.
Got a question on Porsches again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it depends on the 3.0 diesel, because there are quite a few horsepower difference with the 3.0 diesel. So it depends on which diesel engine is yours. And some of it, the gains are quite significant. Yeah. Maybe we can show them one or two examples.
Yeah, so I got example here.
Yeah.
So I think there's one from factory. It's a 211 horsepower, and that one I believe it comes to 300, and the other one I believe is 262 from factory, also 300. So basically, one was detuned from factory, one wasn't. But whichever way one you have, you will get to about 300 on stage one, on the 3-liter turbo, on the 3-liter diesel engine. And I think this is common in Europe and America, depending where you get. Some engines are actually detuned. Torque, nothing much difference, but more on the horsepower, I would say.
Yeah, the horsepower usually, I think it starts from 211, right? Yeah. Yeah. But then from the 211, you actually bump it up to the same horsepower.
Correct. Regardless of which one you have, both will be the 300.
Yes, correct. You are looking at 300 horsepower. And if you're going to go stage 2, which is actually removing the DPF, and with the diesel, we will also recommend the Egr Delete as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the Egr Delete on my truck,
Yes.
and I think my mechanic, it's very stock mechanic. It's like a stock standard mechanic. Like, Thana, why you do your Egr Delete? I think it's you could argue against the Egr Delete, but I think that more often than not, we're not going to maintain it to clean it, and I think depending, and it gets clogged up quite frequently. So it's just better to remove it, and then it's just one less thing to worry about, that's my take anyway.
Yep, correct.
Paul Chong asked a good question. Do you tuning outstation before and requires laptop external power supply only, correct? Answer is yes.
Yes. I've done it many times. Yeah. And since it's opening up, we are looking forward to go north and south and east again.
So normally Mike does a circuit, and he goes to Penang and JB and all that to tune. So contact again the numbers there. Contact Mike, and then he will arrange for a time. We can at least pick a few cars that are in that area, come down and get it tuned and go back to KL. Okay?
Yes.
So definitely the numbers there, Paul. Definitely, please contact us.
Yep.
Okay. Ernest Chua says VW. I'm not sure what was the question earlier.
I think it must be when we were talking about warranty.
Oh, I see. As I said, call up.
Yes.
Call up, and then we'll talk privately.
Yes.
Okay. Puvindran says, we're happy with the tuning done for the Panamera. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, thanks. Puvindran.
Okay. And Johan. Johan Thomas says, VAG engine E888 3B Budak cycle.
Version 3 version 3.
Version 3. Yeah. This is the one with the direct injection and port injection.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So stock 190 PS, stock automatic. Is the engine worth tuning? Oh, definitely.
Definitely. This engine has been detuned a lot.
super awesome engine to tune, bro.
Yes. This is the one, that is in the Archeon.
Yeah.
And also the Passat B8. Yeah.
I think all the VAG engines are really detuned.
Yes.
You can
yes.
So much value, it's like you buy A, you got A plus B plus C, when you get in the car.
Yes. There's a lot of things to play with. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, with the engine and transmission. Yeah. Yeah, and Derek is saying, yeah, I'm already on KW. Awesome. Yeah.
I'm looking at suspension also. So once things open up, we're gonna see what I'll do on my car.
Yep. Let's see.
Okay.
We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun with your car. Yeah. Mm.
Okay. Joseph Chan has a question.
Oh, this one, we are looking at 300 horsepower, Joseph, with this. 300 horsepower with a Mark 7 GTI. Yeah. Joseph, don't go to the R, Joseph. Seriously, go to the R. Show him pictures of the R exhaust that we have. Let me see.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it this?
Nope.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That came off a R. Yeah. And the next picture as well, that one after we installed. Yeah, that's the downpipe. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's a 7.5 R. You can see the torque tube there, right? They're going to the rear. Yeah.
Is that like carbon or is it like
no, it's just metal. The
metal.
Normal, the normal prop shaft. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the 7.5 we did. Yeah, I think with the Mark 7, if you can afford it, go for it. The 7.5, especially, with the 7-speed gearbox and the revised engine management. It's just fabulous. A very dailyable car. Yeah, very dailyable car.
Okay, guys, I think we're coming to the end of the show here. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to Mike. Mike's number is there.
And Thana as well. Yeah.
Yep. My
Thana
number
must put your number as well, Thana.
Yeah, I will do that.
Must put your number as well.
It's okay. You can contact Mike. I guess we are coming back again the whole week. We got shows in Horizon. Monday we got car buying guys with Mike. Sorry, with Mike, with Bobby, Con, and myself. Tuesday and Wednesday we'll probably do some chat session also. I'm thinking of doing a show, Mike. I recently got into a simulator game. It's a car mechanic simulator. It's a game that you got to play. So I'm thinking of doing that. So we might be doing that. Thursdays I have a show with myself, and Friday with Thomas Yap, and Sunday back again on 4 o'clock on the show. To all join today, thank you so much for spending your Sunday evening with us, afternoon with us. Anything to end with the show, Mike?
Nothing much. Let us know what you guys want to see further in this show. Yeah. And I hope you guys like the content that we have been giving out in this show. Yeah. And on the next show, we will let you know this coming week, what we're going to speak about. Yeah. It's going to be something interesting. Maybe we should go to another car brand. I'm not sure. Let's see how I feel.
Talking about car brands. So we done VW, we done the Audis, and we done.
We haven't really done VW, have we? I think we
didn't do in detail.
In detail, we just said that some of the cars that is good to tune.
What I want to know, Mike, is from my point of view. I am cheap. I'm really cheap, So I always want to. I'm cheap. The point of view that I want a good deal. I'm out for a good deal. Okay. That's what I mean by cheap. So I know some cars are undervalued when you talk about VWs. Really a lot of performance gains is undervalued.
Yes.
Maybe we should do a show on that. What cars do you think that are not the normal buys are you buy the GTIs. You buy the 2.0 GTIs. You buy the wet clutch. That's all obvious choices.
Correct.
Buying a wet clutch DSG, buying a 2.0 GTI. Those are obviously good choices. But what about the not so obvious choices, which are pretty good? The Beetles, the Passat, the Jetta.
Yes.
There are a lot of cars out there from the VW brand which are equally impressive and cheap. Maybe we can go through car list and talk about that.
Yeah,
I think if you like it, and then we'll come up with a show for you next week.
Yeah, if you guys want to know more about that, let us know. Yeah. All right.
Okay, guys. Next week.
Thank you very much for joining us. And Thana and I had fun with you guys this week again. Yeah. And thank you for coming to our show. All right.
Bye.
See you next week, guys. Cheers. Bye.